Rental costs is a classic GCSE question. Rental costs, let's have a look. Cost equals days times 40 plus 50. What is the cost of a 3-day rental? Just put 3 where we've got days. Cost equals 3 times 40 plus 50, 120. That's 3 times 40 plus 50, 170. That's an easy 2 marker. How long can I hire it for £370? Well, here's the formula again, and I call this the basic statement, which is the formula with the cost put in. We know the answer, we're trying to find the question. So 370, I'm going to subtract 50 from both sides. 320 equals days times 40, divide by 40. 320 divided by 40 is going to equal 8, and that's the number of days. So what goes wrong? Well, students don't have a problem with this one, but they do go I find this a bit complicated, but please just remember, you have the formula. You know the answer is 370, so just put 370 in and then work backwards to get days on its own. Here's an example. The cost in sterling of hiring fitness equipment is given by this formula. Cost of hire, number of days hired, times 5. So that's the day rate times 5 plus 25. So it's £5 a day. She's going to hire it for 9 days. So what do? We have a think. It's rental equations. Put the numbers in and solve. That's not hard. Cost equals 9 times 5 because it's 9 days. So that's 45. So that's cost equals £70. That's the easy one. Here, Peter pays 225 to hire some equipment. How long does he get it for? 225 equals the days times 5 plus 25. Do not divide by 5 at this point, obviously. We've got to subtract 25. So that's 200 equals days times 5. Divide by 5. 200 over 5 equals days equals 40. So 40 days is the answer. This one is a good check for this one. I just plug it back into the original equation. 225 equals 40 times 5. Plus 25, well, does it? 40 times 5 is 25. Yes, it does. So there we are. We know it's right. Take your answer, put it into the equation, and make sure it all balances, which it does. So we had a think, we did the doings, and then we checked. Think, do, check. Here's one for you now. The countdown's on. Please pause your video and have a crack at this, and then I'll give you the answer. Best of luck. Here is the answer. Right, well, it's very similar to the question we've just done because this formula is the same. Number of weeks, bigger numbers, that's inflation probably. Let's see what we've got. We think it's a rental equipment problem. Put numbers in and solve. So here is the hire charge equation. Work out the hire charge for 4 weeks. Number of weeks goes in here. Cost equals 4 times 70 plus 50 equals 280 plus 50 equals 330. Very generous, 2 marks for that. This is the harder way now. How many weeks does Zahir hire the 3D printer for? He's paid 680. So that goes here as the hire charge. 680 equals days. Oh, that should be weeks times 70 plus 50. You won't lose a mark for that though. Minus 50. 630 equals days times 70. That should be weeks. And so I'm going to divide by 70, 630 divided by 70 equals days. Oh, dear lordy. Equals 9. Check. So I plug my answer into here. I know it's 680 equals 9 times 70 plus 50. Does it? It does equal 680. Thank you very much. That's correct. So once again, I recognise that this is a rental equation. I put numbers in and solve it. This one I work out the cost by putting in days. This one I put in the weeks. This one I put in the total cost and then fumble around here calculating the number of days when it should be weeks. But I get the right answer. So I think that's a tricky question. I think it's easy now. Just focus on those equations. If you've liked this video, or even if you haven't liked this video, please subscribe. Best of luck.